All right, what's going on? Welcome back to the Integrated Masculine series. We're on. It's been a while since I've recorded these. We're on to part two of the fundamental framework, which is the course of action development. So this is a term that I got from the Marine Corps planning process, McPP. And this, just to recap, we're done with phase one, which was opportunity framing. At the end of opportunity framing is when you figure out your mission. So your who, what, when, where, and why. You have your aim, right? You have your orientation. You have what it means to succeed for you. So now you have to come up with a plan, a strategy. And this, again, in the OODA loop framework is the decision phase. Here is when you decide what to do. And in OODA loops, typically those are faster, they're instantaneous. But course of action is when you plan more strategically. And so we'll get into that here. So detailed planning. Course of action development, detailed planning is a process where you translate your broad concept, which is what your mission is, into an actual strategy that has tasks and is something that you can implement. So you figure out exactly what actions you need to accomplish what you outlined in conceptual planning, which is that first opportunity framing phase. During this phase, you consider the two fundamental issues, which is what's your mission, what needs to be accomplished, and how are you going to do it. Right? A lot of ways to say the same thing. I like this quote by Tony Robbins. It's never a matter of resources, but about a matter of resourcefulness. So it's just being creative, about thinking things through, thinking things from different angles, which is a lot of what opportunity framing was as well. And that's something that we will continue to implement here during COA development. And lastly, for a plan to be effective, it needs to be tailor-made by you, right? You need to come up with it. Even though it helps to get ideas from external sources, if it's not fully yours, then it doesn't necessarily suit your specific conditions, right? So you don't want to just copy someone right away, like all of it. You want to look at what they're doing, take what's good, what's bad, what makes sense for you, and ultimately craft something that's specific for whatever challenge, whatever opportunity you are looking to capitalize on. So the COA development methodology, so this is going to be broken down. I'll go into each step over the next videos. So first, we want to measure. We want to figure out what are our key performance indicators. Next, we want to orient on the enemy, quote unquote. So we want to analyze by developing an exploitation plan, getting an understanding of our antagonistic force. And again, with any game, there is one of the key features of any game is the presence of an antagonistic force. And then finally, we're going to use Tim Ferriss's DSSS method to actually come up with a course of action. And that's broken down that means deconstructing, so simplifying the game, breaking it down into smaller components. Selection, you are going to, of those deconstructed parts, select the highest leverage, most impactful actions that you can focus on. Then you want to sequence the actions in a proper order. And finally, attach some stakes, some external obligations, preferably negative consequences that will provide accountability and incentivize you to achieve your goal. I believe that's the only, it's a short video. That's all I'm going to talk about. In the next one, I will get into 2.0, quantify with KPI. So I'll see you there. Peace.